I want to thank FlexiSpot for sponsoring this video.
Well, today we're going back to the dollar store for some inexpensive finds. You can use them as stocking stuffers, you can combine them together to make a nice simple gift, or you can just bring them back and use them yourself. So stick with me and I'll show you how to do it. Hi, I'm Karen Brown of Just Get It Done Quilts. I give you tips, tricks, and strategies to help you make the quilt that you want to make. And if you like what you see, please click that subscribe button. I love sewing hacks, and I also like to save money where I can. So in the past couple of years, I have made several videos showing my favorite hacks. These hacks are great for if you're a beginner or if you're just sewing on a budget. So let's check out these inexpensive tools from the dollar store. Now, there are two different types of items here. One, we're going to use them for the intended purpose. And then there's the items that we're going to use them for something completely different. And just in case you're new here, I will highlight the items from my first two dollar store videos. So we are starting down the kitchen aisle. First, we're going to pass a couple of old favorites, and then we're going to stop at the door caddies. These caddies are great for hanging over doors or on bars to racks. I actually have two hanging off my ironing table. One side I keep my brush and dustpan, and on the other side I keep my spray bottles.
I no longer use steam in my iron as I find a spray of water much more effective in removing creases, especially that deep one in the middle. And this caddy keeps the bottles within easy reach. Now, the dollar store has a couple of options for bottles. I find the ones with the trigger pulls the best, and the ones with adjustable sprays. They also come in X large, which I find useful when I need to spray large areas like backing, so I keep it next to my long arm.
Up here on the right are two other old favorites. One from dollar store number 1, the flannel back tablecloth, and the clear tablecloth from number 2. But what we're after today are some fleece throw blankets.
This is a great source of fabric for a backing. It's not super large, but large enough. And it's not the best fabric, but it's perfectly fine for a heavy use quilt that will often be on the floor, like a tummy time baby quilt or a pet blanket. It's also really easy to monogram, but you'll need a stabilizer to keep it lying flat. Luckily, we can use coffee filters from the kitchen section. There are many times when we need to add stabilizer to a project so it will lie flat. Like when you are making buttonholes or an embroidery design. Coffee filters can come to the rescue. Cut a piece bigger than your project and add a dab or glue to the filter and lay it on the back of the fabric. When you're done, you can rip away or trim away any extra filters.
This aisle is full of good things. We have masking tape from video number 1, we have command strips from video number 2, and we have quilting gloves from video number 1. But over here in this corner, we're going to find one of my favorite things, the tool tray. Alternatively, you could use a cutlery organizer from the container aisle, but I prefer the capacity of the tool tray.
I always talk about having a plan for your scraps, and this tray is the first step in mine becoming blocks. I keep one block here and another one here. I keep my potato chip blocks here, my mini charms here, my hexies here, and my orphans I tuck over here until I decide what to do with them. I find it easy to process my scraps if I have an easy place to store them. And I keep it right here beside my sewing table. It's easy to grab, to use, and to add to.
And if you want the directions to making any one of these blocks, you can find them in this video here. Now don't forget to check the end of the aisles as well, because they have some great finds, like these foam wipe-off boards. Wipe-off boards are a great thing to have in your sewing space. You can just do a brain dump, getting out the to-do list, the check-off list, and all your good ideas. And they can be out in the open or more discreet on the inside of cabinets.
And let's grab some rubbing alcohol here so it will make cleaning the whiteboard a breeze.
And at the end of this aisle, we will find the tennis balls.
These balls have so many uses. First, let's use them to stretch out the muscles on our forearms.
I try to do this every time I wind my bobbin.
You can also use them to squeeze and work on your hand strength. And if you have hard floors, get a pack of 4, crosshatch one side, and place the leg of your chair through them. Now your chair will move easily with less noise. This is also a great gift to give when you combine it with a pumice stone and moisturizing hand cream. So many of you have reached out to ask me about my chair, the Ergonomic C7 by FlexiSpot.
And you can take advantage of their Black Friday Encore sale.
You are probably like me and spend a lot of your time sitting, and finding a chair that fit my body was critical to keeping those aches and pains to a minimum. The C7 has a wider and larger seat cushion, 17 to 20 inches adjustable depth, plus an adaptive lumbar support to ensure better support and relaxation for extended sitting periods. Now you expect to be able to adjust the height of the seat, and with the C7 you can also adjust the seat forward or back to ensure that your lower back is engaged with the lumbar support. It also has adjustable armrests, not just height, but sideways and angled to keep the stress out of your shoulders and neck. The headrest is also adjustable to accommodate various seating positions throughout my day.
The Black Friday Encore sale is still on.
And you can grab the best discount on FlexiSpot by following the link below and use my code 24BFC7 to receive an additional $50 off the C7 chair. This is a really handy item to have around. This yoga block is made to have 3 heights. I like to put it under my sewing pedal so that I'm sitting tall in the best position. I also use it as a step to get down items from on top of the cabinets. I'll use it to rest one foot when I'm standing for long periods of time. Sometimes I also use it to place my phone on during a Zoom call. And I can still use it in my yoga class too.
Way down this aisle, tucked back into the corner, is our next one.
Unfortunately, it's a fact of life that as you get older, you will need reading glasses. And these are perfectly fine to use for sewing. I find I use one type of strength for working on my computer, a slightly stronger one when I'm piecing and quilting, and then a much stronger one for hand sewing. And because I don't like carrying 4 pairs of glasses wherever I go, the price point is low enough that I will buy these inexpensive ones and I put them where I use them. Honestly, it is so much easier to do good work when you can see all the details.
Right next to the glasses, you will find the book section. And here you will find some vinyl stick-on books. I was introduced to vinyl stick-on books during COVID, and they are just like diamond painting. They are just kind of mindless work when you don't have the brain capacity for more complex work. It's a crapshoot as to what they've got available. What they have this month, they won't have next month, but a lot of fun at a good price point.
Now, depending on where you live in the world, this item might be seasonal. Pool noodles are very handy to have. There's a technique of rolling your top, batting, and back on 3 separate rollers to help make a really good quilt sandwich in a small area like your dining room table. They are also great for rolling your finished quilts up on for storage or shipping. You can also wrap a portion of a noodle in batting and fabric and use it as a tailor's hem for inside sleeves and curves.
And up here on the right are picture frames of all shapes and sizes. Some are shadow boxes, some are flat.
Sometimes we have a piece of fabric or a block that we don't want to use or make a whole quilt for, but we don't want to throw it away either. Framing them is an easy way to get them out of your stash and your UFO pile. Actually, I made a whole video about it here. They can be the star of the show or just part of the frame. And this is also great to use to give as a last-minute gift as well. Well, that's it for another Dollar Store video. If you are interested in watching parts 1 or 2, I will leave a link right here. The playlist includes many other sewing hacks too, so take a minute to watch those. Take care, and I'll see you next time.